Hey guys, welcome to my channel Adamant Algorithm. This is Rain. In this video we are going to see how to randomly position the objects during runtime. If you are not sure what this video is all about, let me quickly tell you that. Hope you guys can able to see I have 4 objects that is away from my camera, which means if they are not inside the camera you cannot actually see them. So what happens is I want them to fall from the sky, which means all the way from above, from the camera region. So when I press the play button, take a look what's happening. Okay, their position is completely randomized, which means when I stop and play the game again, every time I play the game, the position of them randomly changes. And this is the ultimate thing that we are going to learn out of this video. And instead of saying whenever I play the game, I would like to say whenever the script is activated. For example, just take a look. I'm gonna just disable all the objects. Let me play the game. Okay, I'm gonna activate one by one. So when the original position of that is actually there, as you can see. When the script is loaded, it gets a random position assigned to it and it actually falls. Okay, so you might ask, what's the practical need of this? You might have played several games like that. One of the very good example would be Fruit Ninja, where obviously it's an opposite thing of what we are actually doing. The fruits are being thrown from the bottom of the screen. But anyway, when there are several things that are happening in midst of that, there will be a bomb that would be thrown out as well. So if you actually touch that by default, so you lose. So what I'm trying to say is you need to surprise the player, and every time something happens, if you want to randomize the position in runtime, I think this script would be very useful. Okay, and let's quickly go ahead and learn how to do that. Before that, I'm gonna just clean up the project for you guys so it'll be easy for you to follow me. I will be back in a jiffy. Just one second. Okay, we are back again. Let's take a look quickly what I do have in my project. In my project, I have a main camera as usual, and I actually have all the pads, and of course all of my pads have a collider to make them collide with the object. And I obviously have a ground prefab which actually have an edge collider to collide with the moving objects. And I do have some sprites which are very preliminary sprite, and this is the one which I'm using to as a falling object. And if I go here in the prefab, I have created the prefab as usual, and I'm gonna just keep one here to demonstrate it don't have anything except a circle collider attached to it, and it have a little bit bounce to it, and I have achieved it using physics material 2D, sorry. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. So let's go ahead and create the very simple effect what we are trying to do. For that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the prefab because I need to attach the script to this guy, and I'm gonna call it coconut, right? So Coco's script. Oops. Okay. I like it. Fancy name, I guess. Coco script. Okay, so let's wait until it's finished. Yep. Let's double click and open it in our scene, in our IDE. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we don't need the update function at all because we are not doing anything every frame. So we're just assigning a new position and at the starting of the game. You can write this into the start function, or you can, even if you want, you can write the set of codes which I'm going to show you in the awake function. Both of them are almost same, provided awake runs first, then the start method runs. Okay, but start is more than enough for this. What we need is we need a randomizer. So we are going to use Random.Range. So we're gonna go for float, and I'm gonna call it random x direction is equal to Random.Range. Okay, now you know how Random.Range works. It asks for a minimum value and a maximum value. I'm gonna give 0, 0 for now because I need to explain a few things before I go ahead. Okay, so the method employed in this video is how it works. Let me quickly tell you. Okay, this method will not work if you have free aspect camera, because the problem is free aspect camera does not have a fixed size, which means increasing or decreasing what you call the game screen, for example, changes the size of the camera. This is set according to your editor and your monitor size, which is not at all recommended when you are building the game. So for example, I am right now in the Android build settings, so I'm gonna choose one size. My target size would be full HD, sorry, not portrait, landscape. Okay, if this is my camera size, no matter what I do, my camera borders will never change, and that's exactly what I want for this exercise. Okay, so guys, please do set the camera not only for this exercise, always when you start working with your games. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I need to randomize my object to appear somewhere between here and here. Okay, let's call it point A, let's call it point B, because if this object generated here and it falls, it's complete waste of memory because the player cannot see it. Whatever happens inside these four walls is the only region where the player can able to see. So we need to make sure that our object is generating between the point A and point B, and also I don't want the object to generate somewhere here, like half of the object is not visible or maybe here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this single coconut now to find out the location. For example, this is the maximum border I would like to generate it on the negative direction. And if you go ahead and see, it actually says minus 8.14 now, which means if I make it positive 8.14, that goes to the other side. Okay, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna say the minimum range is going to be minus 8.14 f, comma, this is going to be 8.14. Okay, so now what happens is, oops, f. So now what happens is this random.range command will give me one value which is between this some value and between this. Okay, and this is a value even I'm not sure what it's going to generate every time. Okay, and that's why the position changes. Hope this is clear to you guys. Now the second one is, okay, this is x direction. What about y? Well, y direction we don't actually have to deal with. So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna find out the y direction, what is actually there in the scene. So I'm gonna say transform dot position dot y. So what I'm doing is I really don't care where the object is. Wherever my object is, I'm deducting the location in the y and I'm storing it inside this variable. Now the next thing is, last but not the least, just one line of code, which is transform dot position, okay, is equal to, make them a new vector 3, and we define the new location. What is our x direction? We don't know because we are actually having it inside random x. And y direction, again, whatever we have deducted the location from our object, z we don't really care, so we just say whatever it is, 0f. Okay, so let's go ahead and see whether this works. Okay, the compilation is finished. See, this object is originally here somewhere. Let me click the play button. There we go. And by the way, the object falls. I did not code it because the object is a prefab that has a circle collider attached with the most important one, rigid body 2D, and because of rigid body 2D it falls. Very simple. Now what I'm gonna do is, because this is a prefab, I want I can make any number of coconut I want, keep them anywhere on the screen. I don't, oops, y direction is really important because wherever they are, they will start from the same region, but only the x will be swept up. Okay, so I think I have actually tried to keep the logic as simple as possible, and I hope it's very easy for you guys to follow up, and that's one of the specialty of our channel. We will always concentrate on one thing and one thing alone for easy learning, right? Anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. I will come back with another concept, and I will keep the concept and logic as simple as possible as usual. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, it's bye from Suren. Have a nice day. Bye bye.